Yeah. So today, like I said, we are here again for another episode of Sip and Share, and we're going to discuss with you, wedding or not, the decision.
Wedding or not, here I come.
You can't hide.
Gonna marry you.
Oh, I didn't follow that part.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Improv.
So, the first episode we told you guys we never truly had a wedding ceremony. We went to the courthouse and we looked a hot mess. We were not prepared.
Facts.
And then the second one was on December 31st, right before our New Year's Eve ceremony at church. Our pastor and his wife, they were the only ones present, and they let us renew our vows in front of God.
Right.
Other than that, we have not celebrated our marriage. We have not had any type of ceremony. I have no dress in my closet.
Nope.
He has no tux.
Nope.
None of that.
Nothing.
So we're coming upon what wedding anniversary?
Deuce 5, 25 years of marital bliss.
A
quarter of a century. If you didn't watch the previous episode, you need to watch it.
Yeah. Welcome to a new episode of Sip and Share. Sip and share. Sip and share.
You almost kind of doing
Sip,
like my
sip,
version,
and
so
share.
you coming along.
Yours was like on speed version today.
Sip and share. Sip and share.
Like,
Let's
what's
go.
the jumping and stuff?
Somebody out there dancing.
He's high off sugar today. He got his double good popcorn in the mail, so he's
Yummy.
been eating like a lot of caramel.
That's what happens when you donate to support the little kids.
And you
get
had
popcorn.
cinnamon roll. What
Cinnamon
else have
roll.
you had while I'm gone?
Nerds.
Nerves.
Yeah,
No, you didn't go in my nerves.
I had some of your nerds.
No wonder I only had like 3 left.
They were good. I left you 3 though.
Wow.
You can't take all of them.
Wow.
You gotta save some for the lady.
Sip and share is only during this podcast, not anything
You're
else.
right about it.
Not anything
On that
else.
note, what are you sipping on?
Today, I am sipping on a full body
Ooh.
Merlot from the Bogle family or Bogle family. Look, here's the thing. When I go into the store, I don't like to spend a lot of money on things. So whatever was the special is what I bought. And I said, this gives me the opportunity to give other people chances. And it's pretty good.
How much the half body cost? Is there such thing as a half body wine or a quarter body wine?
I'm not even going to answer that question.
Listen, despite what the glass says, I'm not drinking
The drink
Sam Adams.
is not matching the glass.
Within this Sam Adams glass is a nice cold Guinness. You see how dark it is. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Sip and share.
So he used to not drink dark beer, but then you took to them. So,
Again, like we said the other week, I'm getting older. Body changes.
no, you said
Taste buds change.
you're not getting older. They're just getting younger.
You're
or
right.
something.
I'm not old. You're just young.
Numbers.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
So we are about to hit 25 years of marriage, and we were like, hey, should we now have a formal ceremony and reception? And we have been under so much like
Tug of war.
Yeah, like ugh,
Tug of war. Not necessarily just with each other, but really just with the decision as a whole. I think there's been times where, again, she's one way, I'm the other. Then there's been times where we're both agreeing and we both back out. And it's been a little bit of a back and forth.
Yeah, and we've been doing this actually since, this has been like since summer. Or before. It was actually before we moved here.
Yep.
So it's been a while because we had the concept down, everything.
Right.
And so, we've been just back and forth.
I think if we would have probably made a hard and fast decision in the summer when we started thinking about it, maybe we wouldn't be sitting here right now talking about this topic, but we would be sitting here talking to you about something.
Yeah. Definitely. So, the reception and the ceremony would be in April because we wanted to keep it close to our anniversary. So that gives us not even really 4 months to prepare.
It's not a lot of time.
Yeah, not at all a lot of time. All right, so let's do this real quick for them, babe. I'm going to ask you, what are the pros? And then we're going to talk about the cons.
Okay.
And then we'll give y'all our decision. And that's a wrap.
Pros to having an actual ceremony to celebrate our 25th anniversary would be the fact that we never had one before. That's a pro. That's a huge pro. Also, that would offer an opportunity for our loved ones, our family and friends to come and really celebrate with us. You know, I think that would be important. We've had some people in our corner kind of helping cheer us along, and just being able to do something like that to really kind of give back those that have supported us during the rough times, the good times, you know, just to kind of give an opportunity for them to see us in a ceremonial type of event, what I think would be great. Those are the two pros that jump out at me. I have a whole list of positive things that I could say, but I just don't want it to sound too heavily weighted on either side.
Okay. So for me, the pros, I recall that my uncle, he and his wife, they did a 25th anniversary ceremony. They had a program, and there was food and dancing and all of that. And I loved what he said. He said he wanted to show his grandkids and the younger generation that Black love does last.
I forgot about that.
And I love that he said that. He said this wasn't for us. He said it was for them, so that because a lot of them weren't born when they originally got married. So I thought that was perfect. So for me, I'm always the type of person, like, there has to be a pushing, like, a reason way above us.
Sure.
So yeah, celebrating with others that have helped us throughout our marriage, showing others in our family like what love looks like, and that two people who come from circumstances where they did not see this all the time have lasted that long. That is a very big pro for me.
I concur.
Very big pro. So cons, we've had this time of reflection, and we put it out there to the people. Many of you have responded back. We're going to talk about y'all responses too. Yeah, we need to talk about that too before we get a decision. So cons, what are your cons after we have deliberated and deliberated and deliberated? What's your cons?
So I'll name a couple of cons. Again, trying to keep it pretty evenly weighted before we tell you what our decision is. Cons, first and foremost, a con probably for each and everything that people think about doing is the cost, right? Money is always a strong consideration when you're thinking about doing something as grand a scale as this. And you actually cannot go forward without at least discussing it, talking about it, thinking about it. I tried to have a conversation with just my wife, and then it ended up being a third party, and budget came in and wanted to talk and be involved in the conversation too. Also, the other con, because I think I named two pros as well, so I'll name two cons. Time is money. We only have about 4 months left to get this thing going. So I would say time and money are the two cons associated with the decision.
Okay. There was someone, or I think I was looking at, or a sermon, and someone talked about, I can always make more money. And so sometimes we let money be the driving force for our decisions. Now, I will say this. Don't work for your money. Make your money work for you.
Facts.
However, don't let the fact that you got to spend a bit to enjoy something, to make a memory, cause you to, not do it at all.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
So money is this man-made system of bartering, and we have to think beyond that. But yeah, we do have to keep an eye on, I got to pay my mortgage. I got to pay my car payments. I got to eat. I got to do all this. I'm sorry, y'all. My earring just keep on twisting, but I guess I'm going to have a twisted earring today.
Budget about those.
Yeah, at 99 cents. So I don't like when money is the driving force. I like when it is the rationale. Why are we doing this? The why is so important to me. But I'm going to go ahead and give my cons. It would be time. very much so time consuming because, you know, you're dealing with decorators and you're dealing with the catering, and we live somewhere else totally different than where we would be. So either we would have to get a wedding planner or I would have to go back and forth for certain things. Also just the time constraints on our guests.
Sure,
like,
sure.
I don't want to, you know, force this down, force us down the aisle, and people that we really want there can't be there because we haven't given them enough notice to be there.
Yep.
So I know a lot of times y'all probably saying like all of her reasons are dealing with other people, but that's just how I am. That's just
like that.
how I am. I want to enjoy my moments with those I love, and I don't want to negate anyone just because we made a rash decision to do something.
Yep.
So
I'll say, you know, going back to something you said earlier, I don't want to derail the conversation and everybody's waiting for the decision, but you said you can always make more money. But according to some of our friends that we had in North Dakota, they said you could also make time.
Yeah, but they were talking about something else.
That's an inside joke.
They were talking about.
You should look up what making time is.
That wasn't North Dakota. It was my friends in Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. We've been everywhere, so it's hard to keep up. Making time. Google it.
Yeah, making time.
You can make time.
We haven't made time in a long time. Yeah.
So listen.
Yeah. Save it for the trip.
Something that I also want to kind of highlight is, again, we put some polls and some fillers out there to kind of get some input from you all, actually. And I think the responses that came from certain people and genders surprised my lovely bride.
Yeah, I was quite shocked that a lot of guys were like, do it.
Yeah.
Y'all deserved it.
Yeah.
Now, most of the comments we got were people who knew us. And they were like, do it. Don't have any regrets.
Right.
Y'all deserve it. Honestly, there were only like 2 people who said, but they didn't say don't celebrate your love or your anniversary. They were saying, yeah, treat yourselves, like do something for you guys. But for the majority, everyone was like, yes, celebrate your love. Yeah. Do this for you guys.
Absolutely.
And to see that a lot of gentlemen stepped up and said that, I was quite shocked.
A lot of guys.
I'm sorry. I'm not
Several
trying to say y'all don't want weddings, but
as well, they were like, yeah, do it, man. I think it's the answer surprised us to a certain extent.
Yeah. But the thing is, we also put a filler out there for funds. And we didn't get nothing.
Cash App,
I'm
Zelle, none of it.
I'm just playing. We didn't get called from any of the wedding shows. So here we are, pretty much, I think about 2 weeks later from that original episode. And here's what happens. You make a decision, right? You make a decision and you're firm with your decision. And then things start to move. It was very difficult for me to even secure a venue. Nobody was really getting back to me. I had the one venue that we wanted. They said, yeah, we can do it on this particular date. Yep. They never got back to me again.
That was almost about to drive the decision to a nah.
Yeah.
You know? And then we couldn't decide if that was a sign, if it was, you know.
Yeah.
But we were just like, hey, we can't make a decision yet. We kind of held out.
So I had put in to a lot of different venues. And one of my venues that I would love, as of today when we're recording, says, yeah, we have that date.
Is that a sign?
We have that date. And so we have 2 venues that have our date. Another venue that we wanted that had our date, but they haven't responded back.
Right.
And so I'm like, I always work with what God puts in front of me.
Sure.
And so I walk very circumspectly, very carefully in the world, and I listen for God to tell me yay, nay, this or that. And I know we have free will and we do things on our own as well. Right. But it just threw me off when things started to kind of pour in. And these individuals were like, yeah, give me a call. We need to go ahead and set up da-da-da-da. What do you want? What are you including? All of these things. So I'm like, ooh. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something about my husband. He didn't like this tennis match. And I don't want to group all men in that, but it's kind of like, we're going to talk about this another episode, but it's kind of like when you're making a decision about where to eat.
Man, that's gotta be
that's another
part
episode.
1, 2, and 3 of another Sip and Share. Woo, I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, you just really, I could see the agitation. Every time I would come to you, we would make a decision.
Oh,
and then I would come back and say, well, I just heard from.
I'm about to put down my tennis racket. Listen, that going back and forth for me, like, I'm not saying it's a positive trait. It's definitely can be a flaw, but quick decisions, man. I'm a quick decision maker. Like, what's the facts? Yeah, well, we got this. What's our best option? Let's pick one. Let's move on. But, not everyone's like that, and I understand. Yeah. So with that.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is I have made a decision in my mind. He's made a decision in his mind. And at the count of 3, we are going to release those decisions into the atmosphere. And we'll see if it turns out right.
1, 2, 3.
No.
Nah.
I almost started to change on you. I ain't gonna lie, because that email today threw me off when the venue that I wanted said, yeah, we can do this. It really threw me off because it was just it was going to give me the outdoor ceremony and indoor reception. I was going to even get you a cigar thing.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's rewind. Let's rewind. No, I agree with you. I was actually thinking about, honestly, up until the point where we hit record on this, I almost changed my mind too, especially with those emails coming in with venues being available. And then again, you go, is that a sign? Right. But, the thing that prevented me from changing my mind from Nah was, again, the time is still a factor. The cost is still a factor, but more importantly, the time. And we are thinking about ourselves, as you mentioned, but we're also thinking about the potential guests. And we just don't want to put that out there as a strain for anybody to have to move anything around or, come at the last minute. So
yeah. So what we've decided to do is to contact our girl Chanel and let her look for us a all-inclusive. We're going to do the first class flights. We're going to do the rings, all of that. But what we're also going to do is just send out to individuals, hey, if you guys want to come and celebrate with us, whether it's the whole time or part of the time, hey, you're welcome to come out and celebrate our love with us out there, wherever we end up at our destination. But we will not be doing a formal ceremony or anything like that. Probably just go and hold hands on the beach, and then I'll be like, oh, you're a good guy, Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown.
Henry Sims.
That's another Christmas movie. We'll talk about that later. I also want to say one part that was not included in what you just said. I think we both also agreed that we definitely need to do a video/photo shoot.
Oh, yeah. So, we're definitely, because like I said, we've been planning this for a long time, and we had bought certain things to celebrate our union. So we're going to use those items and still get dressed up and have a photo shoot / video shoot. And so we're going to put that out there. We'll share it with you guys when we have it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So listen, I know you all waited quite a few days to hear what our decision was going to be. A couple of weeks actually. And believe me, in between time and in the meantime, we were putting a lot of thought into it, which is my last and final point before we close out is this also should hopefully show an example to make sure that whatever decision you make, big, medium, or small, that you actually take some time to put some thought into it before you make rash decisions that you can't back out of. Just take some time to converse with your spouse, come to a decisive point, and just be comfortable so that you can sleep at night with the decision that you've been made, that you have made.
Yeah. So I along with your lines, is like, it's just very important to hear one another out, to not just be all, well, whatever you want to do, or you decide, or or you have come into it firm, I don't want to do it, and they want to do it. Like, listen to each other, hear the pros and cons, and truly work through it. And I will say we definitely did
Yes,
that.
for sure.
So I am so happy with that. And our love is ever changing and continues to grow.
Facts.
So I know that one day we will come on here and we'll say, hey guys, we're celebrating our 27th
Yeah.
or our 30th.
We celebrate right now.
Yeah. Nah.
Nah.
Oh, we don't have the bell today.
We don't need a bell either. That's how she left me hanging like that. No more episodes. We're done with Sip and Share.
Oh, well, I don't know if we're going to make it to the next ceremony then, y'all. All right. So at this time, sip and share. Sip.
It's getting a little
and
faster.
share.
Sip and share. Sip and share. Let's go. She's coming along. Cheers. Till next time.